Also, Weapon Storm, what a spell!
I
Yeah, no
love it,
kidding.
and it's my
What?
new favorite thing, and it literally is perfect for
My favorite
Sonus.
Like,
thing
what
is
the
that,
actual
like,
heck?
my favorite thing about Sonus's characterization so far is that, like, everything he does is just like, I throw my sword and it does shit. And it's sick.
I'll be honest, without Gino helping me, like, figure out what spells and whatnot to take, I've been a little lost, or I've just been like, "What's cool?" Like, not what's actually beneficial or what would make sense for, like, my build, it's what's cool and what can do damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can do damage? It is very that's very valuable.
Yeah. Okay, I'm actually gonna be right back.
Me too, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
I'm
and work
gonna
on
clean
some.
up my trash that I just like piled underneath my desk.
Say, I'll just hang out with chat because I have a cat that's stopping me from moving. So I'll just.
I'm still gonna be here, but I'm like also working on stuff and trying to get it done because I'm having someone like review this document that I'm typing up in like 15 minutes, and I
In
need
15
some.
minutes they're doing it, or you have.
Or yeah, in 15 minutes they're reviewing and like leaving feedback, and I have to pretty much write an entire like example email sequence.
My goodness. You're gutsy, I'll give you that.
I hate it. I wish I was just able to actually get things done on time.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish it didn't feel so like unnatural and just ugh. This week is less stressful, kind of, than last week though,
That's good.
because I'm not designing a stupid website. Like I think web design's fun. Not what I did.
Let's say if you say so, man.
Like oh, I think it could be fun.
I have a donut shop here or not a donut shop, but my Aunt Rita always brings donuts
Mm-hmm.
from work. And there's like you had like a chocolate eclair, right? Like, you know what it is, I assume.
Sure, yeah.
This donut shop does like a cheapy version of them.
A cheap eclair.
Yeah, I mean it's just like basically it's just a chocolate bar with like white frosting on it. But I think it's supposed to be like a chocolate eclair donut, you know?
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
they're my favorite donut.
Does sound pretty good. But a donut just sounds really good right now.
Yeah, I was kind of hungry. Oh,
And I wonder if Voodoo Donuts delivers right now.
Voodoo Donuts?
Yeah.
Is that a local spot?
Local-ish.
If you call the one in Los Angeles, if you call the one in LA, they'll ship you donuts.
Oh. I think they're like a smaller chain. Closes soon, 9 p.m.
Pretty sure I should not have donuts shipped to me in any way, shape, or form. That sounds like a bad idea for my life. I mean, a good idea, but a very bad idea.
Right. It does sound really good right now. I already have pizza upstairs. This is... Oh, Winchell's Donuts, too. There's apparently a donut house as well. These all deliver to me.
Man.
What's sus about pizza? Kelly
I
ordered
really
it,
do be-
offered it to me. I was like, yes, I want pizza.
I really do be out here loving all these uncommon spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a spell called where is it? I was just looking at it. Ghostly Tragedy, where I force the spirits to do a play of the last 9 minutes of like a horrific event that occurred to something in the area.
That's pretty dope.
And I take the role of like the main person to happen to. So like if I have like a dead body, I could cast like Ghostly Tragedy on it, and I would be the dead body like in this play, which I think is sick.
That is pretty cool. I'm into that.
Isn't that Hamlet, Macbeth? Which one is that?
Also,
Yes.
Wes, I would love
I'm
to
not
share some of this
cultured.
pizza with you.
They have a play in it. You know, the one.
But also it's Pizza Hut pizza, so
The
it's
Great
not like
Bard. I don't know. They have the play where it's like, I know you killed them, Uncle. Sorry. Spoilers for.
it's not the top
a
end.
Shakespeare play. One of them. Not sure which.
You mean all of them?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, kind of, but not technically. No. It's a very specific one that I have in my mind. I just don't know which one it is.
What the? This place sells an Oreo raised donut. I shouldn't be looking at this shop at all.
No, you shouldn't.
It's a mistake. All right, I'm gonna close this window.
I know Vincent is in chat, baby. I know you're here.
All right, I need to change this music.
There's also a spell called Blood Feast, which It's not a 4th level spell, but it's a 5th level spell. And the description for this spell is so... It's a spell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your head splits vertically into an enormous maw. Which feast upon the target's blood.
Okay.
Neat.
All right.
It deals 12d6 piercing damage. And afterwards, your head sews back together as if it had never split apart.
That is a very important portion to the spell.
Uh-huh.
So you just go straight parasite on somebody. I can't wait to possess somebody, actually. That will be sick.
Yeah. Aw, I love you too, Wes. My day was pretty good. Pretty chill work day. I suppose I could camera on for a minute while I'm chilling waiting for Connor.
Because this seems even better than
But
dominate person.
it's a little dark right now. But yeah, it was like mostly had a work call. I don't know. I didn't have that much to do today, so I just made myself busy with training stuff. And now we're playing Pathfinder, and it's great. I'm actually looking forward to just being actually busy with work again next week, though, and having stuff to do. Because I don't like having 0 things to do. I think that's good enough for now, right? Right? Uh-oh. No camera. Oh, I will say that I got on this work call today, and like, my account manager for this client that we're working with, just like, as we were getting on the call, was like, "Hey, can you bring up that other document?" I was like, what other document? And he was talking about like an implementation spec that is technically due next week, and also that I have asked him a question on. I was like, hey, I don't know what you want to implement here, so I don't know what the implementation spec should look like, so I'm gonna need a little more detail before I can just make you an implementation spec. And he never responded. So it was a little jarring to get on the call and have him be like, hey, where is this thing? I knew that this camera was going to be bothersome. Cam link activate? Awesome. All right, we got it. Excuse me while we zoom way too close to my face. I'm having so much trouble with this compared to usual. What's going on? Okay, there. Now I can see the sharps of my hairs. Okay. All right. Really, the snap was just out of frustration. Like, why isn't this on yet? Come on. It's so, like, dark in here without my other light on. I wonder if Google is working yet. Hey, Google. Fuck. Okay. Well. No.
You can't just yell at
Low
Google
light.
and expect her to listen to you.
I mean, usually I can is the thing. You know? Usually that's totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my other alternative light source, and hopefully that'll even this out a little bit, because the one light source is looking a little uneven.
I believe in you.
Okay, that's a little better. That's much better. Awesome. All right. I see Connor unmuted.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just working on stuff.
Okay, cool. When Nathan unmutes, we can get back to it. He deafened himself as you unmuted.
Wow.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh
Sweet.
yeah.
All right.
I've been here.
All right, we good. All right.
He's really
Switch
been
here.
working.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I'd said I'm back, but I was muted.
All right. So we are, let's see, good to continue the discussion. So Solus, this guy just looked at you and was like, so you got a bow? Some other things, what other, a staff? What other artifacts do you have? And you looked confused.
Yeah, mostly because it's just like, I don't know what this guy's game is. Like, let's start with a name, and then we can talk about things I have.
Sure. Name's Warham Gethin, University. Institute. Specializing in relics and acquisitions.
Sonus?
Yeah, sorry, can you say that again?
The Institute is where Ludwig is from, right?
Oh yeah, I believe so.
Who? Wait. What'd you say?
Sorry, that wasn't. Yeah, sorry, that was like not at you. That was like whispering. Sorry.
Okay.
Right, Warham. So, what are you doing in my keep?
As far as I knew, this place was unoccupied. Do you have it's kind of a, and he'll describe the artifact that he's looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's looking for exactly yet.
So yeah, it is a... Well, did you get like an exact description of it? Yes, right? You got like a physical description.
A physical description, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's like... yeah, a bronze amulet. Circular with like... It's got this tree motif on it. And then like a pentacle in front of that tree. And then there is the like... Kind of a like welded onto it is like the bronze skull of like an animal. What animal is it?
How about a badger skull?
All right, yeah.
I've never seen such a thing in my entire life.
That's a shame. But yeah, so I'm a bit curious. You've got, yeah, you understand. Okay, maybe I should be clear. I'm with Acquisitions long term. You're the Emperor, and is that correct? He's
Yeah.
he's looking around at the others. Really, this guy?
That soldier at the top of the tower just like looks between the two of you and is like, I believe this is Lord Abishin. Yes, I have no.
All right, kind of different than the last guy, right? Last guy was kind of a big dude.
All right. I suppose. Yes.
Huh.
Adam was a
okay.
very big deal.
Oh no, I meant size. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no. So long term, what we find is that the how do I put this? The possessions of the kings, you know, they tend to be magical things. They talk with the gods, that sort of stuff. Long term, they go missing. They wind up in somebody's hands. It's best if we just kind of keep an inventory as we go. You know, just kind of get an idea what we're working with. So, yeah, again, staff. Yeah, just a second. He pulls out a little notebook from a little pocket in his thing and starts writing some stuff down. Yeah, any new thing, anything you've recently uncovered, crypts, tombs?
You're not making a great case for Solace to trust you.
I don't know that I am attempting to necessarily.
Right. I like the thing is I'm trying to read if like you're trying to get me on your side or not. So actually here's the thing. So you're not trying to kill me.
No,
Not
God,
with
no.
these pirates.
Nope.
Hey, Sonus, go talk to him for me. I'm gonna stay over here just in case.
The brave leader.
Look, I just don't want to get assassinated. Okay, actually,
You know what?
no,
That
never
is
mind.
very fair, though, considering how the last bit has gone.
I'll be behind you ish. But you're the people person. They like you, you know? Like, you know, you can do your thing.
Yeah. So Sonos
Again,
would
champ.
walk up. Sonos would walk up, put out his hand. How's it going today, bud?
Well, you know, it's going great. Sure, put her there, and he'll clasp your hand firmly.
Sonus will meet back with a very firm handshake. And Sonus is using this as a way to gauge respect.
It is an extremely, like, if it's a competition, he'll rise to it.
I think Sonus would keep going, until it kind of got to the point where he was like, okay, like I know that he can go further, but he doesn't need to. So what brings you to the keep?
Well, looking for this artifact thing, kind of the brass tree thing. I've heard a lot about it. Not really sure what it does. We need to get it for our records. You understand?
Actually, let me make a. I'm gonna actually make some. I need to roll some
Can
dice.
I make a? Do I know what he's talking about?
We can figure that out.
That's what I'm doing right now. Actually.
Yeah, just like society checks are probably the best thing. You could probably make an argument for Underworld, maybe? Like, Worm, is there any, like...
Actually, I know everything about this artifact.
Oh, the artifact. Okay, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Well, like, hold on. Okay, so you're rolling for knowledge on the artifact specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want me to re-roll something else?
it's probably gonna be a success anyway.
Well, yeah, it'll always be above 30, no matter
Yeah.
what, like, whatever, like, knowledge
Yeah,
you have me roll.
it sounds like some weird old, like, cult artifact, basically, for some, like, I don't know, for some non-relevant deity that, like, doesn't actually exist. Like, something that followers of that like people who didn't follow the four would worship.
Right, and not people who are, like, students of, like, a different sects of the four either. Like, this is just
Right.
something completely different. Okay.
Yeah, hipster people who want to go worship something else.
Hey, Mr. Burt.
Hello.
I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I was just asking. So we're in a new guild right now, and
Oh, okay.
Charles doesn't want to go unless you go with us.
Oh,
Are you down to join this new,
Yes.
like, the new guild? Okay. That's all I needed to know. Go
Okay.
back to D&D, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Have a happy campaign.
Thank you.
Class for Charles. Something for Dylan.
Like flattered, TBH. Anyway. But yeah, as
no,
for like what?
Here's the thing. Like, yeah, like. So you don't know what it does. I don't know what it is, or which deity it belongs to, or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll find that out.
You'll when you acquire it.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
I will also find that out at that point.
The Institute runs a very, very loose acquisitions team, doesn't it?
There's a lot of these old god stuff. You get what you get.
Okay, well, we can talk about this more later. I have a pirate situation to deal with. Maybe you can help me out with that, since I almost certain you came with them.
Yeah, you got me.
Alright, well, if you... Let's get you out of some unmarked armor, because that makes you look suspicious. And you seem like a well enough guy.
Oh, no. The armor stays on, buddy.
Okay. And then Solace is... I want to grab my fucking token, man. Like, what the...
Yeah, it's nothing personal or anything. It's just, protection and all that.
Well, the moment you just said no, like, he just has no interest in trying to debate you over if you want to wear armor that makes you seem less suspicious. It's, like, not a big deal. But
Great.
yeah, so he's just like, you're just like, no, and he's like, okay, and bam, yeah, he's like at Rook now.
Yeah. They're both like, there's kind of a cells in the bottoms of these towers that they've been kind of like locked in respectively. Rook is still unconscious. The other pirate is rather injured.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking. Warham's going to be looking around. There's cells underneath here. Are there further? Like, he obviously hasn't seen the inside. He's looking for any kind of like treasure rooms.
Yeah.
Doors out. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, like if you're just kind of peeking around, this all looks like, so there's like, you're probably kind of aware of this. There's like main keep like inside.
Mm-hmm.
This gate is like big enough for carts to go through. And then like, yeah, this like wall, there's this tower here, like a supply room, another tower, and then like this kind of guard room thing over here. So like, yeah, if you go to check the bottoms of these towers, they just both have like little small jail cells in them, just like kind of almost makeshift that like they just don't have anywhere else to put them, so they're in the bottom of these towers. Nothing too special there. And then, like I said, this is just like a supply room. So it seems like if there are more interesting rooms, they're probably further inside.
I guess how close are the other two keeping an eye on him?
I don't know. Sonus, how like? What
Sonus is like right next to him.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
Sonus. You said you walked up to him.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys are making me stick with you, he'll stick with you.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
Like,
Hey, big guy, that sword you got there. What's the deal with that? That thing's
Oh,
crazy.
It's the Midwest battle. Oh no.
Oh, okay. That
Literally.
that like
If you want,
a god thing.
you can roll a society check
Oh hell
if you
yeah.
want.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, not being from Eden, being like out in the island cities for now. Like, yeah, you're not sure what that is.
Yeah, so is that like a god thing?
It's an up and coming one, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to talk with you for a bit. Yeah, carry on.
Um, I guess Sonus would just like hand him. He'd like reach into his side pouch and pull out a pamphlet and hand it to Worm, and it would just detail what Ludwig and I have been working on, and he would just tell stories of how Sonus was a part of the group that defeated like Salamander, Snake Lady, and he would actually have also forgotten her name like me, and probably just referred to her as Snake Lady, or Serpent Lady. Yeah, just as they're walking.
All right, yeah, Warham thinks you're insane, but all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's totally fine. And he would also probably mention uh trying to think. The Keth, is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay. And how like he got this cool gauntlet thing, like relic from Keth.
Oh damn! Now you're speaking his language.
Yeah.
Looking at that relic, is
Mhm.
that something? Because I know with this talisman stuff, he can figure out, in theory, recipes. Would he
Right.
be able to figure that out at some point?
Oh, give give me a your choice of religion or occult check.
Why is my occultism better than my religion? Good lord.
I don't know.
Is because religion uses wisdom.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah,
Intelligence.
that is exactly why.
You're looking at it. Let's see. It's a little, it's over your head at the moment. But
Mm-hmm.
probably not.
Uh-huh. Yep, pretty cool. But it's not what I'm looking for.
Oh, he wouldn't be talking about it in the sense of like, oh, I like, are you interested in this? It would just be like, he thinks this is pretty cool.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Oh my God.
sure. So are you like the bodyguard?
Sonus would not acknowledge this. He would keep talking, kind of just about more stories.
Just about the Midwest battle.
Yeah.
All right. Solus, what are you up to in the tower?
Look, I am interrogating this fool.
All right. Are you healing him to wake him up?
I have to.
You don't have to. You can like roll a medicine check to also wake him up.
Punched him awake.
Generally, no. Generally, that will cause them to start bleeding out and dying.
I'm just not Ludwig anymore. I don't understand these things.
Let's just get him up easy. I don't have enough patience to deal with having to like. If I accidentally stab him here, he dies. Like I just don't have the patience for that.
Sure. Yeah. So you'll heal him a 1d4 plus, or 1d10 plus 4.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is, it'll be enough to get him up.
Yeah.
So yeah, he like starts kind of opening his eyes and shaking his head, kind of grunt, sit up.
Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah, how? What a delightful way to wake up.
Well, you could be dead, so I would count your blessings.
It kind of like winces and goes to hold this like barely closed cut along his like thigh.
So, what are you doing here?
It like looks up at like the ceiling and then back to you. He's like, you know, burning down your trebuchets, obviously,
For what?
so the boats can get by.
Okay, but who sent the boats? And mind you, I do not have a guardian angel watching over you right now, so I would not mess around.
And he just chuckles a little. It's like, we're from the island cities, Remoulade.
Oh, interesting. Where are they trying to go? There's not much. Well, I won't say there's not much. You clearly understand how much you can access from the channel, so.
Yeah, we were sent up just to see how far we could get. Not that far, apparently.
As fate would have it, apparently not. And can't we thank the 10 for that? He like touches his shoulder.
Yeah, he guy scoffs.
So there's more.
Oh yeah, lots more. I think they've got Castell barricaded by now. Weird, you don't have much of a fleet, you see.
Huh. I've never been to any of the Skarga Islands. That's what they're called, right? It's been a while since I've done geography.
It's close enough.
Okay.
Can I go back to bed? Because, well, I don't think I'm getting out of here anytime soon, and this conversation's putting me to sleep anyway.
Of course.
He just
Okay,
nods and
so
turns over in the hay.
I can take him across, right? I can take him back to Eden.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Excellent.
This guy's a badass. I like it.
I mean,
I'm
I
done
just
being
don't think
interrogated. I'm gonna
I
take a
just
nap
don't think
now.
he has that much information.
Yeah.
Like,
Guy's stone cold.
can you make a perception check for me? Because I don't like. I personally, I don't think he has much info. Like, I really think this guy is just like he was just told to do a thing and is doing it. Like, it doesn't feel like he was being particularly withholding.
Who's making the perception check?
You,
you
because I'm
just
doing
want
a
me.
sense
Yeah,
motives.
okay. All right, sorry. Let me grab it. Well, what's your bonus? That's easier.
My bonus is plus 11.
Okay. Yeah, you've got the right of it.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, we had boats. We were trying to get in. We didn't do a good job. I'm stuck here now, but, you know, rest of the fleet's doing good, so.
I guess after that, he would just like go to the top and like look out over the coast to see if there are more ships, or if like the however many ships are there are gone now, or.
Yeah, you can like climb up, go up the tower, see what's there. Yeah, the mist is probably gone. The boats are still like sitting out of like trebuchet range, just like sitting out in the bay, like waiting to see what happens. So for now, they're just chilling.
This is a predicament. I take this guy. I don't know how important he is. They attack. There's 6 of us. Like, there's 6 people here. Okay, I guess I just fucking leave. Is what I decide to do.
Okay.
And I guess they're still here. I'm sure Warham is just rolling his eyes.
I mean, a little bit, yes. I mean, it's a little delusional sounding to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so your thing. Now that I've dealt with the pirate thing, I don't have an actual answer for anything that's occurring here. You are here to hunt down relics, correct?
Yeah, got a tip. Said there was the one I described to you.
From you just. Do you have any information on who gave you the tip?
You know, Doc Talk. They said this is a thing they remember. I don't know. We operate a lot on rumors, hearsay, that sort of thing.
Seems a little unreliable.
Take what you can get.
Also, everyone in this party right now is more than 6'3". I just want everybody to know that.
I was gonna ask earlier, how tall is Solus?
You've lost all the
6'4".
short ones. Yeah.
I just need to look, and I think I did this intentionally. Oh, yep. He is 6'3", so he is just under. So it's his height. Or wait, who was 6'4"?
I'm 6'5".
Yeah.
We're escalating. Put us in a row. He's right in the middle.
Okay, so and as far as I know, this relic you're searching for is not from one of the four, or even any of the major spirits or other major deities that I'm aware of. So these must be some very unknown.
It's we tend to find more of the rarities, I guess.
Would not necessarily call this a rarity. I would just, well, regardless.
Look, it's not a problem. Just show me where would you store a thing like this here in the keep?
I do not know. So where do we come from when we teleport here from the River Keep?
Yeah, so like there's a whole like inner portion here that I don't have mapped. But there's just like some inside rooms. Like there's a study, some more places to sleep, and then there's like a room off to the side that had one of these like had like one of these amulet slots that have been used to open doors elsewhere. But it just kind of like stayed open after you came out from the other side. Like it just opened when the portal opened and stayed open. So there's just like a side room with another pedestal that like opens a portal on the wall back to the River Keep.
So to be frank, I would never show what seems like a treasure hunter my treasure.
No, I don't really care that much about treasure. Just specific artifacts.
I would also not show you. To be honest, like the two ideas are completely married in my mind, and you'll have to. How about this? You work with me for a little bit. See if I can trust you. Maybe we can work something out.
Yeah.
And then in exchange, I will show you every vault I can possibly open.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
In exchange for this one artifact, and nothing more, correct?
I am open to negotiations. I'll be
So you are a
honest.
treasure hunter.
No.
Hmm.
Look, how much do you know about the Institute?
To be honest, I have a friend who got kicked out of there.
Yeah,
So my
okay.
opinion is not very high.
Oh,
Although he seemed to be quite accepting of of the consequences, even though he was. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much you know about Ludwig of Clan Clawfoot, but
I don't want to talk about him.
okay, well that is unfortunate because I work directly with him, and I'm sure that he would have a lot of
Is that this
information.
guy's deal?
What guy?
Did he drink something that Ludwig gave him?
Oh my god.
Probably.
This guy's a bully.
True.
I mean, eh. No, it's fine. But it's just he's got a reputation. It's fine. It's fine. Tell you what, I'm not what you'd call the brains here. So if you get in contact with their legal department, they'll do like the standard ritual hiring thing. I am technically for hire, so this, yeah. Let's find some of these relics, and then yeah, we can work it out with the university on who keeps what. Institute, whatever. Sorry.
Okay, well, I have a very important package to go retrieve, so I will be right back. And then Sosalis leaves, and he just like comes back dragging Rook, who is presumably still asleep.
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if you were saying a package in like real life or.
Yeah, I was confused as well.
Yeah.
You're just like holding him yourself. Do you like?
I'm dragging him. There's like a rope, and I'm just like, it's over my shoulder, and I'm dragging him. Like,
yeah. So he comes stumbling out, and he's like trying to pull back on the rope enough to like rub the sleep out of his eyes.
Do you want help with that?
Can Samus roll an underworld check on Worm? Maybe know if he knows anything or has ever heard anything.
Yeah.
About this dude. Yeesh.
Not so much.
Hey,
so you're shadows.
So are you gonna assign hero points for me literally blowing up a bunch of people?
Like actually, yes. Ooh. Did you use any, by the way? Did you do any rerolls? Okay. Well, yeah, you can go up to 2. We've been playing a long time, so like.
I feel like this is probably a waste of a hero point.
Disagree.
But yeah, we're gonna re-roll. Wait, can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And Worm, you can also take an extra hero point for all the all the sneaky and the good intro to the character. Let's see. So you've definitely, let's see. So Worm specifically? Worm, have you done much of note?
I'll leave that a little bit. I mean, I'm at a high enough level.
Yeah, like
the
answer
there
is
definitely
probably.
has been. Yeah, but it's not necessarily something like if we wanted to say it was overseas or something.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, oh, we heard about this guy that I don't know, like he cleared out a temple.
Yeah.
Of whatever. He wasn't really going for it, but it just kind of escalated, and he just killed a whole lot of people.
Yeah. So Sonus, you've like definitely heard of like, I don't know, this artifact collection group at the Institute has definitely like put out jobs for like mercenaries to come with. Just, like, I don't know, go find artifacts and stuff, basically.
Would Ludwig ever have mentioned anything? Well, that's not really underworld.
Right. That's not. Yeah. I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
But like, one, mercenaries tend to die on these guys' missions, and two, like, they've just ended up kind of clearing out, like, similar to, like, the Temple of, Explicita. These guys have just, like, cleared out temples of, like, these kind of new divinities and, like, looted the crap out of them. Like, taken a bunch of, like, old, powerful relics from random cults around the place. So they're a little, like, notorious and a little cutthroat.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think Sonus would save that for now. Not just bring it up in front of the group.
Yeah, there was some some like I don't know, some warrior deity, some like barbarian deity that like had a bunch of followers over in Manju, and like just had all of his followers like cleared out and a weapon taken from him. And that's like the most specific story you've heard.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can go back to what you were talking about then.
Where were we?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
didn't-
The
I
point
didn't
is,
mean
yeah,
to-
sure, yeah. Sign me up. You'll need a contact. Like I said, the legal department. I'm not really the negotiator, but yeah, I've been given rein. I can follow along.
All right. Well then.
I think like Rook kind of looks around Sol's shoulder. He's like, "Worm, you rat."
No one was talking to you, Worm.
Wait,
So,
no,
Sonus-
I'm
Worm is his
Worm.
name.
Yeah, no,
Sonus
I'm
would-
Worm.
No, like
Sonus
Solus
would-
just like takes his bow and just like whacks Rook, like,
Ah, what? Like grabs his nose.
Sonus would
It's nothing
probably
personal, but
would probably walk up to Rook and just like knock him out.
I don't think Solus wants him knocked out. But you can,
damn, you guys are cold.
like Solus like walks up and so Solus is like, if you punch him, you're holding him.
So Sonus would like pick him up and do like probably somehow knock the wind out of him by like setting him on his shoulder or knocking him out that way by just like whipping him up onto his shoulder. Well, that's no issue.
Well, fair. All right,
Okay.
so Sonus just
Well,
hauls him up onto his shoulder and
To be honest, I have to warn some people that we are being invaded. So if you would like to follow me, no touching though. And no touching.
yeah. All right, so we can do that. So Solus, you and Sonus like lead the way into the fort and into this like side room, and then you like plug the crystal into the pedestal, and the door like closes behind you. Worm. Yeah, there's like this. You enter this kind of like octagonal room, pedestal in the center. Solus the Emperor pulls out some sort of like little crystal device, plugs it in, and then like a beam of light shoots to this like relief in the wall, and opens a portal. Solus like picks the crystal back out, the portal remains, and then you guys just like walk through. And yeah, Worm, as you are stepping through, like, again, you kind of, first there's just, you can kind of see this shimmery vision of like this tower on the other side, this little study with like empty bookshelves. And as you start to step through, you get this like really heavy sinking feeling, and just like, out of the corner of your eye, you can see like just fields and forest and like the like lakes kind of on this map. Like all of this, like you zoom through all of the miles and miles between you and Eden, and then like your foot lands on the other side, and like this heavy feeling of vertigo like kind of goes away as you walk through.
Sonus would probably like trip and just like drop Rook.
Why do you want to cause so much incidental and actual harm on people? We should work on this.
You like stumble as you come
Someone
through.
is gonna hire Sonus a therapist.
Rook,
Where him wobbles a little, but just goes, well, that is deeply unpleasant.
and Sonus, you just like drop Rook, and like his head hits the pedestal on the other side. He just ragdolls on the floor.
Oh God.
No.
Our
Sonus
one
would,
lead.
Sonus would check his pulse.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine. He's just now he's got a lump on his
Yeah.
head.
Pick him up, put him back on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He was probably too focused, like telling stories to Worm.
A couple of seconds after the crystal goes through, the portal kind of like collapses and closes, and then there's like just the door sitting on the other side of it, and you guys are free to make your way to the council building or wherever you're going to talk about this.
Yeah, so I'm walking through the castle, right? And I'm sure there's like people who are like, who the fuck are these people? Who's that guy? Like, why is there a pirate? Like,
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this Eden?
well, this is yes.
Ah, damn. That's a hell of a way to get around.
Well, it's only from here and a few other specific places, and I'm unsure if it works well enough for rapid military mobilization. So we'll have to see about that. And he like pulls out like a roll of parchment and is just like writing down like like basically mandating an emergency meeting for like to like rally the council.
Yeah. So yeah, you can send
Well,
that off.
actually, Ludwig already did that, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm bringing a pirate to show people
Okay.
that this is
All right. So I think we like jump to you, just like the guards opening the door for you, Solus, in the council chamber. And like you walking in, Sonus walking in with Rook over his shoulder. Are you bringing a Rook?
my evidence. You mean? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then Worm, you can still be following.
Eventually, I'm
Being
just gonna
around,
have an
yeah.
entire like prison hold of like just evidence, like
Yeah.
crazy Scarlet cultists. I'm thinking about throwing worm in there, like.
All right. So yeah, and I think like Ludwig is already there, like talking to everyone. Just like, you know, like
Yeah, probably.
saw boats and there's an invasion and it's like, you know, and then turns around, it's like, oh, hi, Solus. And yeah, we see the usual council members in there. The Dukius is back at his post, wearing his armor, looking official, and yeah. They all kind of like bow to you, Solus, when you enter. You're like, Dukius is like, your companion was informing us of this invasion fleet.
I have a pirate. If that counts for anything. He just says it like that. He's just like, if this doesn't like, I don't know, like, Sonus killed the rest of them. There's like another one over there in at the fort. So
We can, of course, interrogate him for what he knows.
he seemed pretty forthcoming, and there was not much more information. All I know is that there's more coming? ? Or there's not more coming because I have him. I don't know if this guy is very important, but you guys can feel free to do whatever you want to get more information out of him.
Very well. And why do I always blank on his name? I think he's got a weird name. Eve's dad?
Milo?
Milo, yeah.
Is
yeah.
that right?
Or no, that's not
No,
his
No,
first
that's
name.
the last name.
The
God
last name is
damn
Milo.
it.
Whatever. Councilman Milo, whose first name is oft forgotten. He just really likes his title. He likes being called counselor. It's like, we have no ships. We have no fleet to deal with these invaders.
Correct. We do have a fort with some trebuchets, though.
Yeah, if I
And-
can jump in, that's not like the main part of the thing. Hi, Warham. Nice to meet y'all. Yeah, that was just like the fort was not really a big deal. Oh, sorry. I didn't. Shouldn't have spoke up. Sorry. Excuse me.
No, I believe that you should say more if you have more to say. You're not gonna die.
I'm concerned by the way you say that, but I'm gonna take it at face value.
I mean, it's good that it's not a question, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
It's
a lot
really
about
fun
their
because,
plans,
like, I
but-
think even when Solace asks questions, they're never actually questions. Like, it's always with the period.
No, and I mean, out of character, Warham doesn't know a lot. I don't think.
Probably not too much. Let's see. You can give me just, I guess, a society check,
so I want
if
to,
you want.
like, if you're saying that,
to
like,
do
the fort isn't a big deal because you climb the wall, like, I'm trying to
No,
figure
he's
out.
saying like it is not a super high importance like tactical
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so you know that, like, let's see. Am I gonna get these cities mixed up? Absolutely, I am.
Yeah.
So, like, one, there's kind of two fleets. Like, there's kind of a shoddy fleet from Manju, and the more, like, naval, like, proper navy from Remoulade. And there's a bit of, like, Remoulade kind of using the Manju ships as, like, their goons a little bit. But the main fleet definitely went towards Castel, and, like, their goal was to sink whatever navy was there, like, before they could really mobilize and do much, and just kind of blockade the city and, like, cut off trade, or make, like, yeah, the primary goal right now is just to cut off trade, really. So, like, Castel is the main target. It would have been nice if you could get a foothold deeper, if the pirates could get a foothold deeper, and that's kind of what their side goal was, but that's it.
All right. Yes, he will relay that information.
Okay. Let's see. So, Fort Hefel is like like 3 days away from Castel, right?
Yes, let's see.
By foot.
Yeah, it's really only
2 days.
2 days, but yeah.
Okay, well, I think.
And, like, there's no question that the bigger boats sailing got there, like, I mean, they got there much faster than you could on foot.
Right. I think Solace is just like, okay, I have to go save this fucking city. And do our Swedish Lunderkirk runs have a boat navy thing? Because I have a feeling we're gonna need that.
It's possible that they could lend us some naval assistance. If you are not concerned about their loyalties.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to like save this city and also get away. Like, I mean, there was a lot of pirates, and admittedly, we rolled a lot of crits, but also like, we're not going to fight pirates again. Like, we feel like we're going to be fighting like an actual. Okay. Well, if they say no, then it's just the way it is, and if they say yes, we'll be ever thankful. But at the moment, our allies in Castella are in a lot of danger, so we should move to mobilize more soldiers to the fort, and I will go check out Castell.
Did we kind of, so this might be, again, kind of a Warham thing. Does he know why the hell they're attacking? Or is it more of, oh, the fleet's coming through, I'm hopping on?
A little bit of somewhere in the middle there. It sure seems like it's about taking back like trade control, like you know, sea-based trade control. And like, I don't know, kind of angling it on that on Eden a little bit. I think Connor might have fallen asleep.
Oh no.
What? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it sounded like you were maybe snoring a bit.
Oh no.
I think we'll wrap up pretty quick here, but
yeah, we're almost done. Like, there's nothing really more to do. So
you guys were just doing a lot of dialogue that like Sonus could not participate. But that is on me. I'm like writing a paper.
So it sounds like right, yeah. So plan is mobilize troops to get them there, and someone has to contact Lunderkirk. Yes.
I would just like leave a note, like, because I assume Ludwig is just not really doing that much work outside of. I don't know what Ludwig's doing. Like, it's my main thing, and like his job is to talk to people. So like,
yeah,
I'm like, my thing is like, I'm gonna tell Ludwig to do the thing he's supposed to be doing. Like,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Right.
What is Ludwig doing right now? Like,
probably not what he's supposed to be doing. Like,
that's probably accurate. I mean,
so yeah, Ludwig leaves like a very Ludwig. Solace leaves a very strongly worded letter for Ludwig that is like, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, I need you to do your job, and this is what your job is today. Like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, Nathan, that like we could invite like a dice bot to our private DMs, because there's gonna be a lot of side rolls. Anyway, if you want to continue like kind of side playing Ludwig, I imagine.
So I'm good with whichever one you want to do.
Okay. I assumed that you would be interested in that. I probably shouldn't have assumed that, but if that's something you want to do,
I certainly don't mind doing it. And would like to do it, but also if we're talking like flow of stuff, if it becomes too much of a
most of the time, like, I probably won't bring up Ludwig stuff unless it's at the very beginning or like right before the break.
Yeah. It'll be at the very end between session stuff.
I will very specifically try and keep it in places where it's not disruptive. Like,
I mean, that works for me.
Okay, cool. So like after session or sometime we'll talk about generally what you want, like how you want to contact Wunderkirk, what you want to propose, stuff like that, and we can make rolls.
Excellent.
And I guess like, okay. You were trying to expedite getting Harpy representation on the council, is that correct? Like that was supposed to happen basically today?
Yeah, let's say that's the high priority thing for him, because he did make a promise.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's something for me to think about. All right. So those are, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, so Saul just like turns to the council, like turns to everybody and says, "I'll be back at some point, hopefully," and like goes back to the keep and just like teleports to Fort Heffel.
Yeah.
Oh, how many people can go through the teleporter?
It's, you know, it's definitely like a single file situation. And it doesn't stay open like super long.
Well, because like even if I can double the amount of like soldiers like stationed there, I think that's
probably, yeah. I'm gonna say, just to keep it reasonable, it can transport like 25 humanoids a day back and forth. So like you guys went through
like, so
with
it'll just be 23. Like it'll just be that, like,
right,
or 22, and it'll just be for today, like, because obviously like he won't be there to open it for a week.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. So it'll be slightly less than that if you go through like today, because just today.
Yeah, like my thing is like even if I can double the amount of people there, like
yeah.
That's more than enough to me.
Right. I just mean like you've used up like 10 bodies today, going like through with 3, back with 5 actually.
Or yeah, 5. So that's 8. Yeah,
and then like forward with 3 again. So like 14 soldiers will be able to go with you to back up Fort Heffiel. Some of them probably with some masonry skills to fix that fucking wall.
Yeah, I don't know how much like control I have over like who I can bring, but I would love to bring like a low-level cleric and like a low-level shitty wizard. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, someone to do some healing, someone to do some some general cantripping, and
I like the idea that you specifically call for a shitty wizard.
Well,
There's all these
like,
people like lining up like, am I overqualified?
well, no, like I just like don't assume that the soldiers are good.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Look, I can't help it. You know, I see the dice they roll. Like Dylan doesn't hide them from me.
Well,
like,
the
man.
captain of the guard just whiffed all day long last
Yeah,
time he was
like
with
I just
us,
don't have a
so
lot of faith, right? Like
it seems fair. It seems very justified right now.
Poor guy.
Solus just has a list of like mediocre people, like wizards and clerics.
It's not quite a shit list, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
It's
it's
like
it's not a little black book. It's a little gray book. Like,
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna use
You've
it
got-
if I have to.
You've got your A team and then your B team, and then somewhere down the line.
Also, like everyone on my A team is just everyone who has killed like Salamander. Like
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. And then
Oh, God,
somewhere
that-
down the list, you've
does
got
that
your
mean-
like your M team or something. Like these guys
Wait.
roll above 10 sometimes.
Did Ben Griff contribute to killing Salamander?
Nah, he was hanging out in the city.
Okay. I was gonna say, Ben Griff being on the A team.
he is A team for sure.
yeah,
Oh no.
he's up there. He's great.
Okay.
Well, I think like the party is, I'm guessing, just like, you know, S team, special ops.
Okay, I would love to talk, but I have to use the restroom.
Okay, we will wrap it there then, I think. For the actual game. Anyone have anything they want to talk about at the end, or are we mostly just good?
I think I'm good. Warham is just gonna be gawking around for most of it.
Yeah, a little wide-eyed. Cool. All right. Yeah. All right, well then I will probably mute in here and talk to chat a little bit. In the session there, as far as the bookmarks are concerned. Connor, it sounds like you're busy and tired.
I mean, I can hang out, like, I am busy and tired.
Okay.
But I can stick around and, like...
I'm eventually going to flip this BlazBlue joke back on you. This my brother doesn't play games with me thing.
Oh, I'm like, if you give me help, first of all, no, if you, honestly, if you probably give me like an hour, I'd be down to play BlazBlue.
Okay, it
If
turns
you
so
want.
sad so fast. If you give me help.
Well, honestly, I was just like, I need help.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
can
fine.
hop off and help with stuff if you want.
No.
Okay.
I'm currently right now writing up like an email, like a 4 to 5 email sequence for
Okay.
like a marketing campaign thing.
I see.
So really invigorating stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I will be back, but I'm gonna go try and see if there's coffee or anything.
Yeah, I've got some super coffee that I just got delivered today. Pretty happy with it.
Yeah. Like what
does
is it?
that mean?
What, super coffee? It's a brand.
Yeah, what's super okay.
But it's like it uses like it's like pretty high protein. Like it's got 10 grams of protein for 90 calories, which is like my threshold for good protein content. Being better than when the
Perhaps
protein
doesn't help.
grams is more than 10% of the calorie number, I'm happy.
Does protein help keep you like awake?
No. It also has like 200 milligrams caffeine,
I was just curious.
but it's sweetened with, where is it?
I finally
Monk fruit.
ordered some Dodger coffee.
Oh, nice. Let me know how it is.
Yeah,
Because I would love to
will.
get some.
Yeah, and I just set it up for the scheduled delivery. I think I did that, and then like tea as well.
Gotcha.
Um,
And yeah, it's
yeah.
just,
Anyway, I'll be right back.
okay. Yeah, it's just sweetened with monk fruit, so it's like less it's like there's no grams of actual sugar in it,
Oh, okay, cool.
and it's like I think monk fruit is like not glycemic. Is it like the whole thing has like very few carbs, and most of that is from fiber. So I don't know. It's like pretty healthy for a can of 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah. Huh.
The taste takes some getting used to. Like monk fruit sweetener is not the same as like creamer, you know.
Uh-huh. It's an acquired taste.
But I like it. This is like coconut mocha.
I just need to invest in a $600 espresso machine so I can drink straight espresso except it's a $600 espresso machine and you can't find any decent ones for under that.
Yeah. That's why, I don't know. Yeah. I've been nervous in investing in coffee because I would love to be able to make my own lattes and like steam my own like milk and stuff, but all this
That's the
stuff is
main-
expensive, man.
That's the main thing I want is a milk steamer. But
Yeah.
I've looked for them just standalone and I've not been able to find like a decent one or a decent priced one.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not just gonna get a standalone steamer if it costs $1,000 when I can get an espresso machine that has a just as good steamer for $600.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to make coffee.
Fair.
Like coffee that'll actually keep me awake.
Yeah.
Except that also probably comes down to the fact that I consume too much, and so it doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, you gotta go off of it for a while.
Yeah.
It's been pretty low caffeine recently.
I feel like every single time you stream, I see you with coffee.
Yeah, you see me with like you'll frequently see me with this last week I've had more coffee than the few weeks before, but mostly it's been like chai tea and stuff, which is not zero caffeine. But it's not shots of espresso.
Mom has some like, I mean, I picked it up like a long time ago, so it's kind of just been sitting around not getting used.
Yeah.
But it's like the 3rd Street chai stuff, and she recently just used it for the first time to make like iced chais, and that was pretty good.
Got you. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna swap.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I will be out of Discord, I think. For now. But thank you guys. I will catch you later.
Yeah. Later, dude. I'll probably bounce, so later.
Okay. Have a good night.